When we left off in the last video, you saw that I had the saw mounted to the base, but the handle did not clear the tray, the shelf that it was mounted to. So I'm actually cutting a piece of metal to make an extension for that handle now, and that's what the rest of this video is about.
So I'm going to start by facing off this piece of stock, get it nice and cleaned up. Try out my new hair. Boy, that's a terrible finish. Let's put a little, leave off the air, try some cutting through it. That is not a pretty finish. Still not great, but that'll do for what we're doing. Yep. Zero that out. And now we're going to start turning down the diameter until we get down to about an inch. Not a very good finish on this mystery steel. Insert doesn't appear to be damaged, so we'll just keep plugging away.
So after much back and forth on the carriage, the part is down to the size needed, which is about an inch or so. And the casting on the handle is very rough, so it's close enough. And now we're going to spot drill and drill a hole for the existing shaft on the bandsaw to fit into. Now I'm going to flip the part around and face it off and turn it down to create the shaft for the handle to fit on.
So now I'm going to drill a hole for a 1/4 20 set screw to keep the extension in place. I'm going to find the edges, the sides of the part. I'm going to try using an edge finder. I believe, I don't know if it's going to work or not. It's not super critical. This is not a high tolerance part by any stretch of the imagination. So if I need to just take the drill bit and eyeball it up against the sides, that'll work too if this doesn't work. But let's give it a shot. This, I forgot what they call it. Call it adapter for edge finders. Made by Starrett, is great because no matter what size collet, for the most part, I have in the mill, I can put the edge finder in. I don't have to switch collets. Highly recommended. Maybe a poor man's way of doing it, but that works great. I don't know that I will ever find the need to make a permanently attached power feed for the Z-axis now. Okay, let's go back to 0. I don't know if anybody saw that, but that moved. I'm going to put a little jack underneath that. I forgot about that. We're still lined up. Use one of the new machinist jacks my daughter got me for Christmas. Perfect. There we go. Okay. Another tool that I am very pleased with is this Starrett tap wrench. I have a lot of different tap wrenches, but if the tap I'm using fits in this, I use this. It is just made so well. And there we go. 1/4 20 set screw hole. Need to clean that inside out and probably deburr the inside of it. Now I want to mill a flat on the other end of this. Not totally necessary, but it'll make it a little bit more secure. Zero out. All right, let's take a 10th pass to start with. All I need is a little flat spot to help that set screw, or in the case of the saw, a bolt. Be a little bit more secure. Okay, I take it out, deburr it, clean it up, and blue it so it doesn't rust. Now I'm going to chemical blue my adapter. I've got a little wire run through the set screw hole, and I'm just going to dunk it in the acetone. Scrub it a little bit, shake it around in there, get it as clean as we can. Okay. If I don't tighten the lid right away, I will spill it. Alright, dry this off. Let that dry just a little bit, air dry, and then I'll dunk it in the bluing chemical. I use Jack's. It's I got a gallon jug of it for about the same price as a small bottle of Brownells. It's made in the US, and it's not too far from me, down somewhere down near New York City, so a couple hours away. Alright, let's go for it. So we're just going to dunk this in there, and oh, I need another stick thing here. Alright, we're going to dunk it in there, and then rub it gently with this to get it to work a little better, break the surface tension. Then we take it out and we rinse it in hot water in the kitchen, being careful not to rub any of the black off when we're drying it. See what I mean? How some of it gets black, really black right away. Other part you need to kind of rub it a little bit to get the stuff to work a little better. And then once it's the chemical's been washed off and dried, we then rub it with oil. I just use leftover motor oil from changing the oil in my cars. Clean stuff, obviously, not the dirty oil. And then you're done. That one turned out pretty good. Okay, go rinse this off and I'll be back. Alright, so our part is washed. And that's all there is to it. Let that sit a minute or two. Wipe the excess oil off and it's done. And now I've got it mounted to the saw. Works perfect. Clears the edge there. One more thing done.
In the next part on the bandsaw video, I'll be installing a flood coolant system. So if you like my videos, or heck, even if you don't, do me a favor and subscribe. I'd appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Take care.